thought I was going to do there to help there and get involved. But then on the first day, when I came in June, I wanted to see how people chose to go into each work or actually in the education. And this particular day, there was 10 men. And when I listened to the interview and I listened to what was being said, out of them 10, there was only going to be 4 that was actually going to go into work or education. My concern is what was going to happen to the other 6. What were they going to do? Where were they going to stay? And it actually turned out that they was actually going to stay in the cells. So all of a sudden, when I thought I was going to go into education and help, I realised that the real people that needed the help were the men actually sitting behind the cell doors. Now, I would go around and talk to some of the officers and sort of see if they knew who some of the prisoners were and what needed help, what was happening, was there anything on the wings. And then one day I started talking to one officer, and we wanted to sort of look at the sounds and phonics when somebody's in a cell. What could I do? And also he showed that there was actually a video of one of the wings. And this made me more excited because I've got this brand new software which we actually brought in today so somebody can have a look. But I wanted to measure where people were. I started talking to them, what the literacy and numeracy and the dyslexic side was, and then we could sort of measure them, because with this tool it sort of helps to assess, but also it's got all the exercises that creates through the assessment that we do. So this is the idea. I thought if we put that on the wings, then I kept thinking, okay, so if I go outside and get volunteers and bring volunteers in. But again, listening to some of the prisoners, you're actually telling me that some of the people that they were coming in really didn't have an understanding of dyslexia, didn't have an understanding of ADHD. So then I thought, okay, let's change it the other way, and all the prisoners here, you have a better understanding. Now you let me come in, but my story, as most of you know, will always come first. I tell you about my dyslexia, what I've gone through. And as I'm talking to you, I get recognition through your eyes, the fact that you know where I'm coming from. So then I realised that, okay, we can't get people inside to help. Let's get each other to help, and let's take it to the wings. But okay, when I took it to the wings, I could see that we could help all the prisoners, and we could get the computers now on the wings. Mr. Hood's helping, putting all the software onto the wings. But then I needed officers to sort of help so that we could print, because we have homework. So all of a sudden it was like, okay, now we've got to mentor the officers. So at the moment we've got 14 officers involved in the mentoring process. Now we've also done our first sort of course of the mentoring for the prisoners. And people are now coming up to me, Mr. Hood yesterday, and we're saying, we've now got this gentleman who wants to get involved as a mentor, but this man we actually need to mentor. So all of a sudden, everybody's doing and helping the work that we've started here. They can actually see where it's going. So I'm very pleased of what's been happening, but I'm now going to sort of ask Colin to have a talk about what you saw in the prisons and about Colin Newton. Thank you very much.
Well,